Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Humza Yousaf has been told to remove the whip from Michael Matheson. This is because Douglas Ross has said so, but Douglas Ross does have a point. What Ross is saying is that they removed the whip from Fergus Ewing for a week for a much lesser crime, and for some reason they're not removing the whip from Michael Matheson for what is a very, very serious offence. Fergus merely voted against a member of a different party, a member of the Greens, not the SNP, whereas Michael Matheson has been breaking several parliamentary rules and doing so badly. But of course the problem is Humza Yousaf can't really remove the whip. Humza Yousaf backed Matheson so very well all the way, called him a man of integrity. But it seems that integrity has come back to bite him. And so now for Humza Yousaf to remove the whip would be seen that Humza Yousaf got it wrong. We all know that in Humza's mind, he's quite incapable of getting anything wrong. So I don't suppose that the whip will be removed. But it bloody well needs to be. But in fact, it actually needs to go further. Matheson needs to quit, but that's a separate argument. But we'll take a look at this to see what Ross is saying and why you've got to feel sorry for Fergus Ewing, who did get the whip removed. Here goes. So Humza Yousaf must remove the SNP whip from Michael Matheson, as a Fergus Ewing comparison is made. And yeah, I mean, what Fergus did was much less, and yet they gave him a week's ban. Why hasn't the whip been removed day one from Michael Matheson? Given that the allegations were of such a serious nature, it should have been done immediately and said, look, sorry, we've got to do this straight away, blah, blah, blah. Of course, we still value you, still please vote for us, but we've got to remove the whip kind of thing. And that would have been a good optic. But no, not Humza Yousaf. No, he's innocent. I'm going to stake my political career on it. Well, I wish you had, because you'd need to go, wouldn't you? It's not just Matheson that needs to go. Anyone who stood by him, anyone who gave their complete and total backing to them, and anyone who said he was a man of integrity also needs to go, don't they, Humza? Douglas Ross has called on the SNP leader to belatedly show firm leadership. Pah, not a chance. That requires a pair down the front, and old Kendall ain't gonna have anything there, is he? This was after he was found to have breached not one but two, 7.3 and 7.4 of the ministerial code. Anyway, Humza Yousaf has been told he must remove the SNP whip from Matheson at Holyrood because he suspended Fergus Ewing for much less. It was confirmed on Thursday that the former Health Secretary has been found to have broken two sections of the MSP Code of Conduct in relation to his £11,000. They're calling it iPad bill, but we know it was Michael Funtime bill. Holyrood is now waiting to see what sanctions are suggested. Resignation. It's the only one. The Falkirk West MP is under pressure to quit altogether in relation to the scandal, and the Scottish Conservative leader Douglas Ross has now written to Mr Yousaf urging him to belatedly show firm leadership. Well, how belated? He's been in the role nearly a year and he's yet to show any kind of leadership. So I wouldn't hold your breath, Douglas. Ross argues that while Michael Matheson has refused to resign as an MSP, the First Minister can and should suspend the party whip while Holyrood Standards Committee looks at the report from the Scottish Parliament corporate body. While the report has not yet been made public, although it should be by close of play today, apparently, the Tories say the breach is far graver offence than Mr Ewing's, who was suspended from the SNP for a week after voting with the Conservatives in a confidence vote on Green Minister Lorna Slater. And everyone agreed that was the right thing to do. It's just a shame no one else did. Ross said the findings of the parliamentary inquiry are utterly damning, and it's clear that Matheson's position as an MSP is untenable. Yousaf inexplicably stood by his friend, absurdly calling him a man of integrity, when it was clear to everyone that the disgraced former Health Secretary had repeatedly lied during the scandal. Yeah, I mean, he lies to everyone. He's lied to the press, to the people, to the authorities, to his own party. He lied and lied and lied. And then when he was caught out, he just changed the lies. And then he lied again. And it's time. He's got to go. He's untrustworthy. He can never be trusted again, can he? Ross went on. He said, having displayed appalling judgment throughout this saga, and I'm presuming he's talking about Matheson, but it could equally be Yousaf. He said he must belatedly show some leadership by removing the SNP whip from Matheson while the Standards investigation is ongoing. And if Matheson had any decency, he'd resign as an MSP. Do you know, I've got a feeling Matheson dead, it'd be the final thing, and his wife would divorce him immediately. Can you imagine how she must feel knowing that he threw her children under the bus, you know, and all because of a bit of Michael happy time, sitting in the room alone, the kids and the wife are down by the pool, she's having a pina colada, kids in the pool having a little dancey splash, and he's in the bedroom, he's in the apartment, but he's having a bit of a splash too, isn't he? Anyway, Humza Yousaf was happy to suspend Fergus Ewing for just acknowledging that Scottish Green Minister Lorna Slater isn't up to the job, so there's no excuse for him not to punish someone who's been found guilty of multiple breaches of the MSP Code of Conduct. Matheson finally resigned his ministerial road last month. We know all that. Now, this report, just to round off here, this report is due out. It was supposed to go out, I think, last night or tonight. Possibly close of business tonight. But it hasn't been. And again, I think it's one of these, it's not going to be released. I think it's going to be shadily covered up. It's supposed to be made public 2 weeks ago now. Oh, no, three weeks ago now. But he asked for an extension, then took the piss out of the extension. He's hanging on and hanging on and hanging on because I think he wants to get to the 1st of April because he wants his pay rise, because his pension is now based on the index linking of his last payroll, which will be here now, whereas if he hangs on till the 1st of April, he gets a pay rise, and then his pension is based on the new one going forward. He's greedy, grasping, wants his money. What a horrible little turd of a man. And that, of course, could be either of those two, but in this case, it's the one on the right. I'm coming up. For Matheson, you know, it was one of those sliding door moments. He could have gone down the pool, spent the afternoon, read a book, you know. Nah. And that'd have been the end of it. Wouldn't have happened. Come back. Oh, what a great relaxing holiday, blah, 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 blah. But instead, he decided to go up and have some happy time, a bit of happy Michael time. And it's cost him everything, hasn't it? Dear heavens to Betsy. Nobody cares if you knock one out, Michael. Just don't expect other people to pay for it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching that. We'll finish there. Come up. Well, no, I am up. What am I talking about? We'll finish there. We'll round off. And I will speak to you later. Bye.